Hey, how's it going? So, have you ever wondered how to start a business, or where to start, or to go for the information for that business, or what information do you need for the business, or how much do you need to start a business? These are the questions that I'm going to tackle in this video. For all the people that actually go through the video and actually hear it at the end, I have a bonus for you about multiple streams with your business. So stay tuned till the end of that. But let's get into what we're going to talk about here, which is you want to start a business and not sure what to start. I got you. So first, you need to figure out what type of business you want to start. Think about what you're good at, or have great knowledge or a good amount of knowledge, and that's what you should probably do or get into. Second, you need to come up with a business name or branding, maybe a logo if you really get into it, or emblem or something, but you don't need all that. But a name is what you need, at least minimum. You can mess with the branding later, but just find out what you're good at or decent at and just start. So you come up with a name, and now you can go to Google. Google is your best friend. I'm going to be honest with you. So let's go over here to, let me see, this right here. So you can go to any Google tab and just wherever you're at, let's say Texas business license. So you can bring this up right here, and it can kind of tell you where you need to go. Starting a business in Texas. You can go there, scroll through, just make sure you pick the correct one. Offices, Texas, just you can go and pick whatever you're looking at. So here we go. Starting a business in Texas. You can go through, get resources on it or whatever. It kind of breaks down for the most part for this particular state on what you need to do. But you go to your state and you figure out what you need to do your business. And that's kind of how you'll start off with it all. So when you find out what information you need, you'll go through, you'll fill out the stuff. Some states do require a license, some don't, so that's something else that you need to look into. My particular state, it depends on what you do. So there's a list of things, businesses that do need to be registered and some that don't. But regardless, I registered my business because it's just easier that way, and I can deal with taxes and all that other stuff. So fourth, you'll need to when you get on there, it'll end up asking you, let me see if this particular one does, an EIN, which is an employer identification number. Most of them will go through here and kind of guide you. Oh, matter of fact, here it is. Apply for an EIN number online. So you can fill it out there. It depends on what state you're in, is how much it's going to cost you. My state was like $100. Some places are 50, some are a little bit more, maybe a couple $100, and it depends on what type of business you're trying to get. So that's when you need to figure out what kind of license you need. Dig a little bit deeper. I'll tell you the main three or whatever, which is an LLC, limited liability company. There's a partnership, which is an LLC also, but you're with a partner. And then there's a corporation, which is multiple people you're dealing with. So for the sake of this video here, most people are going to do an LLC or a partnership. I've done LLCs. My bigger thing is it's hard to have a business partner because they might not be in the same state of mind that you are. And I've heard a lot of bad things about business partners going south and everything. I don't know, it's just not my cup of tea. So, let's see. So then when you're filling out the paperwork, you're going to end up needing your wherever your business is going to be, your address and a phone number for it, whether that is your home address and your cell phone number, or if you're going to have a business number and an office address or something. Those are things that you're going to need to look into to have that ready, because they will ask you that when you're filling out your information for this to start your business. Then you may get into a point where you might need, for certain states, a certificate of insurance, which is a COI. Some things that you might do, you might need insurance. So I guess the better question to ask yourself is, if you have anybody working with you, if they're going to damage property of some sort, it's probably best to get insurance just to be on the safe side. And when you go to your whichever insurance company you go with, just tell them what you're doing for a business, and then they're going to ask you, well, how much are you wanting to get insured? So it just all depends on what you're dealing with. I mean, if you're dealing with certain businesses, or you're dealing with, let's say, mowing grass, there's going to be different price tags for that. So maybe, like, which we'll get into here in a little bit, if you end up getting a lawn care service, I mean, you might have a little bit of damage you might do to the housing, so you might only need maybe, I don't know, $20,000 coverage or something. Be on the safe side, maybe 50 grand or something. But the point is, the insurance usually doesn't cost too much, and you need to kind of find out if you need that for your business itself. However, if you're still not sure if you should or not, as much as I'm not a big fan of insurance companies, because they've been screwing us, it seems like, all the time. It's a way for them to keep getting money from us. I feel like you probably should get insurance just to cover your butt, and if anything were to happen, it's more of a peace of mind. You're not stressing out like, oh crap, how am I going to take care of this now? I wasn't accounting for this. So that's something to look into. So let's kind of get into the next thing. How about a loan? Do you need money to start your business? It all depends. If your business is kind of small, you might not need any money. Or you might have some in your savings account. If you have, let's say, 2 cars or something, or you have stuff in the house that you can sell to get some of the money or whatever to do that, the better thing is if you can do it without getting a loan, you'll probably be better off, because that's one payment you don't have to worry about dealing with, and kind of bringing you down. If you can come up, again, I'll bring up lawn care. If you're starting out kind of small, you start an LLC, do you have $1,000 or something, or $500? Get maybe a push mower and a used lawn mower, riding mower or something, or a weed eater or something. Start off with the little stuff. You don't need to get brand new stuff. It doesn't have to be high end, certain things starting out or whatever. Start off kind of small. Get little things. If you end up getting, you spend, let's say, $1,000 of money out of your pocket, you don't have a business loan to have to worry about. And as you're doing more work, you can use some more of that money, the profits that you have from there, to roll over to get better equipment and more equipment. That's just my personal opinion on that. Just do what you think is best in that scenario. But if you don't have a loan, it's less stress you have to worry about. And the bigger thing is, a lot of businesses don't pan out. So if you have less stress to have to worry about, you already put, your capital up front, you got skin in the game. And which means you're going to push harder because you want that business to succeed. If you're getting money from somewhere else or wherever, you're just like, I don't feel like going out. But if you start a business, you should want to finish that business and see it through and be a really good business in your area or wherever, or whatever you plan on doing. That's, again, my personal opinion. How about, do you need any employees? Are you going to be doing this by yourself? Well, then you have to go into finding out what you need to come up with holding taxes back for them and how you're going to pay them. Are you going to be doing cash when you pay them? Or you're going to give them a check? Or are you going to use an agency or whatever that has a software that you just tell them how many hours and whatever, and they do that, and they send out the checks, and you just pay the agency. Those are questions you probably want to get into, and I don't have any of those on hand, what those agencies are, but that'd be something that you can, again, go to Google and type it in, and you can come up with that kind of information. So hopefully that was a good amount of information. Hopefully I wasn't speaking too fast when I was coming up with, but it's a simple kind of breakdown. Just go find your state or city or city, because you might have to do it in the state and the county or city as well, get everything set up. But you just go to the website. You can do all this stuff online now, so it makes it pretty simple. You don't have to try to hurry up and rush there and get to the office before 5 o'clock and they close, which sucks, because I used to have to do that when I was trying to do my first business. That's what I had to deal with. So now that that's all talked about, let's talk about the cool stuff. So using that one business to produce multiple streams out of it, I think this is like the coolest stuff ever. And I didn't really think about this until about now. Well, I wouldn't say about now. I mean, regardless. So I'm going to switch my screen here to this here. So let's say, again, I use lawn care. I don't have a lawn care business, just to let y'all know. I'm using this as an example. So I've got Green's Lawn Care. So I started this business and I'm making profits. So what should you do with the profits? Well, maybe take some of the profits and maybe start recording yourself doing some of this landscaping. How you do it, maybe you're putting little trail marks in there, trimming, maybe the beds or whatever that you're taking care of, trimming the bushes and stuff, maybe all that stuff. You're taking videos and maybe talking about customers or whatever that you're dealing with, or helping people out that might have tall grass. Make videos of these. Now, I know it's a stretch because you're doing landscaping, but hear me out. So you record yourself, you make a YouTube channel. You have this one video you made starting out of mowing this customer's yard for the first time, first client. So now you made this video. Let's say you get footage, it's maybe about 45 minutes. You figure out how to make a video. Now you have a video, it's maybe 15 minutes. All right, well, you can turn that into shorts for Instagram or X, formerly known as Twitter, or maybe TikToks or something. So now you have all this stuff, so you can get those off of the one video that you did and kind of crop them into these other sites. Well, that being said, you've got that. Look at this. You can make, let's see, you can make money off of your YouTube video, AdSense, you got affiliate, you got sponsors, you can make stuff off of Instagram or Twitter or whatever. You can make money off of all this stuff. And then these over here, you can send traffic over to here. So now you're getting, traffic from all of these sites going back and forth, and you can make money off of this. So now you're making money off of all that right there. So now you're making profit from your lawn care. You're making video on there, and then you're making profit off of your videos and stuff here. So now you can roll that profit into index funds, maybe some dividend stocks, maybe some cryptocurrencies. So maybe you go, okay, well, after paying everybody, I'm basically have 50% of the money left over. Well, maybe take like 20%, put that into an account if you need to get more equipment, to eventually get more equipment, and take the rest of that and divide that evenly into all three of these. So if you're doing that, I mean, you're going to make, if any of these go up, you're making money off of that. and then which an index fund is like the SP 500 or something. So as that's going up, you will make decent money. On average, it makes 10% for the last 100 years. It shows that it makes 10% average. Dividend stocks, you'll get a little bit every quarter, or however that's set up, every twice a month or whatever, but it's percentage. It might be 3 to 6%, let's say, on your money that you're investing in these stock dividends. And then cryptocurrency, kind of same way, goes up. So you got all these bases covered. So as your profits turn into profits and turn into profits, now what do you do with it after that? Well, you can borrow against some of your investments at this point. You can put some of your stuff in a trust or whatever, and you can go to your local bank or whatever, and you can show them what you have. This is what the rich do. They end up, their investments they borrow against. Well, what happens when you borrow money? Just like a house, let's say you bought a house, you get a loan or a second mortgage on it or something. Do you pay taxes on that $80,000 you just got, or $40,000, or whatever it ends up being? No, you don't. You got a loan. So when you borrow money at this point, you're not paying any taxes on it. It all stays in your system, in your wheelhouse. So you're becoming wealthy. This is what they do. Then what do you do with that money when you borrow from it? Put quite a bit in life insurance, maybe some real estate. You buy some like duplexes or something, or maybe apartments or something, or whatever it is. You get that stuff, so you can, as that goes up in value, you can pull money from that as well. Your life insurance or whatever, there's a certain life insurance, can't think of the name of it right now, but if you end up going to get this life insurance, you have this policy, you can borrow from that as well, and you're borrowing money from yourself. So let's say you have a $1 million life insurance policy. You borrow $100,000 from that. You set it up or whatever, it might be in a way like you have it set up for 2%. So you might borrow $100,000 from your $1 million policy, but it's still accruing value while you're borrowing this and you're paying it back at 2%. I mean, what are interest rates right now? You're looking at 8, 15, 30% in some cases, depending on it's a credit card or a loan or whatever. That's crazy. You get it for 2%, and you're still getting value from your life insurance, and you still can use that money to maybe take that life insurance policy, roll it back into some more real estate, or take some of that money, go back, put some more in an index fund, dividend stocks, crypto. I mean, you can do all this stuff. Now, I'm not a financial advisor whatsoever. This is just stuff that I've learned going along the way of what I have. So I'm just giving you this information. I think this is the coolest stuff ever. So I'm hoping that people who made it this long, I appreciate that. Hopefully you learned something, you gathered some, but this is basically what the rich, wealthy do. So with that being said, I hope you liked the video. Thumbs up, subscribe please. And if you have a comment, any questions, please put it down below. And I hope to hear from you, and I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Y'all have an awesome day.